A great game, 3 points for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs 2, Manchester United 0, and Postecoglou's first home game in the Premier League. And what an atmosphere. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. So this is another edition of Spurs in the Media, where I began through all of today's newspaper reports, looking at all of the articles and looking at all of the player ratings from the game Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 0. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's get straight into it. Let's start with a report from the Sun newspaper today, but let's go through the match stats first of all. Now, shots, Tottenham Hotspur had 17 to Manchester United's 22. Shots on target, 6 apiece. Possession, Tottenham had 56% to Manchester United's 44%. Passes, 501 for Spurs, 398 for Manchester United. Touches in the opposition box, Spurs 39. Manchester United 36. Corners, Spurs had 5, Manchester United had 6. Fouls conceded, Spurs 9, Manchester United 8. Yellow cards, Spurs 1, Manchester United 3. Now the team lineup against Manchester United: Vicario, Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, Udogie, Sarr, Basuma, Kulusevski, Maddison, Son, Richarlison. Now, of course, Ange Postecoglou made 2 changes to the team that drew at Brentford last weekend. Skip dropping to the bench, Sarr coming in, and also dropping to the bench, Emerson Royal, whilst Pedro Porro made his first start of the season. Now, a couple of stats here from the Sun newspaper today. Spurs notched a first Premier League victory against Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at the 5th attempt. 2 draws, 2 defeats. With this, their first home win over the Red Devils since January 2018, and that was at Wembley Stadium. And Manchester United have won just 1 of their last 10 Premier League games in London, with 3 draws and 6 defeats, and are without a clean sheet in 12 games in the capital. So let's have a look at the newspaper report today from the Sun newspaper, and the main heading states here: Sarr's in their eyes, Onsong Pape boosts Spurs. It then goes on to say in the main article, the last time that Pape Sarr started a game for Tottenham, he was hauled off after 23 minutes of the horrific 6-1 defeat at Newcastle. He had been so far off the pace on that occasion that his team were already 5 down when stand-in boss Christian Stellini decided to put him out of his misery. So it was no surprise when the 20-year-old Senegal international was so keen to show the fans what he is truly capable of. And when he settled this barnstorming match with the first goal of his Spurs career, he was more than entitled to believe that he had achieved that aim. It then goes on to say that the standing ovation he received when he was replaced 15 minutes from the end would have been music to the ears of the rookie midfielder who has not exactly set the Premier League alight since his £14.6 million arrival from Metz 2 years ago. Now for a report from today's Sunday Mirror, and the main heading states here: great show, but these two are not cold-blooded enough to be title contenders. It then goes on to say here, to be fair to both Manchester United and their hosts, this was a cracking, vibrant game. There were moments of great collective and individual skill at either end, and both sides will know they could and should have scored more goals than they did. Now, interestingly, right at the end of this report from today's Sunday Mirror, it says Spurs have already moved on from Antonio Conte, and already the Harry Kane hangover appears to have cleared. Now for a report from today's Sunday Express, and the main heading states: Sarr kickstarts a new dawn. Strap yourselves in, Tottenham fans. Life under Ange Postecoglou is not going to be dull. If anyone was wondering what things were going to be like at Tottenham, then the answer is there will be plenty of exciting attacking football, but boy, will there be some chewed fingernails. Now, a quote here from Ange Postecoglou in today's Sunday Express, talking about his team's ability to fight their way back. He said, "I like the fact that we hung in there and worked our way into the game, into the second half. It showed the team we want to be." He went on to talk about Pape Matar Sarr and said, Pape has been great since I've been here. He's got a great attitude. Now, the player ratings from today's Sunday Express, and let me just start by saying man of the match they have given to Yves Bissouma. It states here, superb footwork, read the game well and picked out his passes. I've got to say, Yves Bissouma has been absolutely fantastic in the 2 games that we have seen him so far in the Premier League, away at Brentford last weekend and, of course, at home to Manchester United on Sunday. He has been excellent during pre-season as well. I'm so excited about seeing Yves Bissouma. This is the Bissouma we thought we would sign him from Brighton. Of course, he had a very difficult time last season, but it seems like he is a completely different player this season, and I'm so looking forward to seeing more of him. He got the Man of the Match award yesterday, the Premier League one, and I think that he needs to perhaps go out and buy a new cabinet, because I think he's going to probably get quite a few of them this season. He was absolutely fantastic. Dancing at the end, the atmosphere at the end at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium yesterday was absolutely unreal. Anyway, player ratings from the Express today. Vicario at 7. He made some fantastic saves, by the way, in that game. Pedro Porro at 7. Christian Romero at 7. Van der Ven a 7. Udogie a 7. Sarr a 7. Bissouma an 8 out of 10. Kulusevski a 7. Maddison a 6. Heung-min Son a 7. Richarlison a 6. Now, they have given some subs, some ratings here. Ben Davies a 6. Højbjerg a 6. And Perisic a 6. Now for a report from the Sunday Telegraph today, and it says here, Keane labels United new Spurs, and we all know what he means. Erik ten Hag has endured one bad start to a Premier League season already, but this second campaign was supposed to herald a new dawn for Manchester United, rather than many of the same faces and some new ones, serving up the same mediocrity. Now, after the game, Erik ten Hag said the following: first half we played really well, and that is a good Spurs side. We dominated the game in and out of possession. Spurs really had problems, but you have to score the first goal. It's so important. We didn't, and then it started just before half-time. We collected 3 unnecessary bookings. We started off and conceded a big chance. In the second half, big focus, keep on the job and keep on the front foot, keep proactive. That is just what we didn't do. Now, just before I move on to any more newspaper reports, I think the Sunday Telegraph's report today is a typical report of focusing on Manchester United's poor performance and poor result and poor start to a Premier League season, although they won last week, but the performance was bad, rather than actually addressing that Spurs played extremely well, and this is Ange ball, this is attacking, proactive football from Tottenham Hotspur, and this is a completely different Tottenham Hotspur. From what I'm told as well, I haven't seen it myself, but from what I'm told, BBC Match of the Day last night, it was all the focus was on about Manchester United losing the game rather than Tottenham playing well. We've seen this so often. Now for a report from the Mail on Sunday today, and it says here, Sarr exposes Sorry United as Spurs cash in. Bissouma drives Tottenham revival, but Ten Hag has problems already. Now, what an interesting stat this is. Ball in play, 61 minutes, 59% of a 102-minute match. In the main report, it says Ange Postecoglou said last week that Tottenham need to suffer on their way to joy. Turns out there was a nicer way to get there, a fixture against Manchester United, and how they loved it with those little passes and that freedom to attack after so long in the stylistic handcuffs of other managers. Now, the player ratings today from the Mail on Sunday: Vicario 7.5, Pedro Porro a 7, Romero a 7, Van der Ven a 7, Udogie a 6.5, Sub Davis a 6.5, Sarr a 7, Bissouma an 8, Kulusevski a 7.5, Maddison a 7.5, Heung-min Son a 6, Richarlison a 5.5, and Sub Perisic a 6. Now for a report from the Sunday Times today, and the main heading states Spurs embrace the chaos and show there can be life after Harry Kane. There's a very interesting quote here. It says, Tottenham may need to issue health warnings if this marks just the beginning of what the Australian plan for the Premier League. And Ange Postecoglou said, we want to entertain for sure. Postecoglou said in a cautiously downbeat manner, completely at odds of what he had just witnessed at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He spoke of encouraging signs, whereas the supporters would have left the ground thinking they had just seen something approaching revolution. Now, the player ratings today from the Sunday Times. Vicario, they have given a 7. Porro a 7. Van der Ven a 7. Christian Romero a 7. Udogie a 7. Papamata Sarr an 8. Basuma a 7. Kulusevski a 7. Madison an 8. Heung-min Son an 8. And Richarlison a 6. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Keep smiling. Come on, you Spurs.